This
Cloud ALM.
conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, implementing the Cloud ALM solutions. So now I think this is a very hot tool which has been coming up from SAP side, and it's good to get knowledge because the coverage is quite wide and it can help you in multiple areas of the project. So we will cover that during this particular training session that we intend to.
Jeet, your audio is fainty. Can you be a bit clear? I mean, if possible.
Yeah, is it better? Are you able to hear me? Or,
It's cracking for me. I don't know about others, but is it for others too, or
yeah, let me check. Yes,
it,
my
it maybe you can just increase your audio a bit, then it will be fine, I guess.
it's 100. Let me check if I can. Okay, let me try it. I will just try to speak more towards the audio. Is it better now?
Yeah, it's better. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, Keith. So I have been working in SAP for the, I think, past 18 years, primarily as a finance consultant, and then I've been also managing quite a few cloud migration projects, right? We did RISE migration version upgrades, and also we have been working on the BTP and the cloud ALM, right? So I think the new areas which are kind of coming up with whether it be rise or grow migration, whichever it is, right? I think in those cases, these are being widely used. So I think this training able we our aim is to cover the cloud ALM topic, and also we will talk about the BTP integration as well. So yeah, so welcome to this training, everyone. I think Anjan is also able to join right at the moment.
Yeah,
Hi.
yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
Yeah, maybe you can also give a quick introduction, then we can start with the demo.
Okay, so you are Jeet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, Jeet, and everyone. I basically represent the organization. We are SAP Platinum Partner, and we have 3, 4 projects started off on cloud on BTP platform, and that's the reason like we wanted some sort of ALM. You know, we want to use the ALM feature of SAP. That's specifically CLM, what you said. That is the
Mhm.
reason. I'm the delivery head for this company. So we have uh, that's what all about of me.
Okay, it's nice to have you
Yeah,
in the training. Yeah,
thank you.
welcome. Okay, so without further ado, right, we will just start with this particular demo. So demo slide will so the objective of this demo slide is just to give an overview of what we will cover, right? So what are our course plan,
Hmm.
right? So we will be okay. As you know, this cloud ALM is
Deep, can you just be a bit loud?
yeah. Okay, sure, definitely.
Okay,
Yeah.
now
So
it's perfect.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's better. No.
Okay. Yeah. So in this cloud ALM, right, we will be introducing this particular cloud ALM for all of you. So who are new to this particular topic, right? So we will introduce that, and we'll also we'll cover two aspects of it. One is how do we use cloud ALM for the SAP implementation, right? And also how do we use the cloud ALM for the operations, right? Then we will also kind of walk the reporting and the analytics, right? So which are there inbuilt in the Cloud ALM. So Cloud ALM is out of the box solution which is there in SAP. So as a result, right, without uh, much knowledge of the kind of coding or something, right, like it's with mostly navigation to the tiles and kind of doing logical decision making with this particular Cloud ALM. And then what we will also do is we will try to get a BTP suite, right? So that I can show you the integration from BTP into the Cloud ALM. So it will be kind of creating an end-to-end vision of how it works with this Cloud ALM, right? And and since at the moment, right, like you might be observing, there are quite a few cloud migration projects, and migrating with the SAP Rise is one of the very common. So there is also something which is Grow, which is going to the public cloud. But I think the most popular since the for bigger companies is the private cloud managed by SAP, which is Rise. So we will also do a little bit walkthrough using architecture and how the cloud ALM can tightly integrate with this RISE. Okay.
So, Jeet, sorry to interrupt. Is it a separate server or it's an embedded feature within BTP?
Which one? Cloud
Say,
ALM, right?
yes,
No, Cloud ALM is a separate component under the Cloud Foundry.
Cloud
So
Foundry.
BTP, you have, yeah, the BTP, it has different, BTP is quite big, right? So under the BTP, you have integration suite, you have Cloud ALM, you have the build apps, then you have different like data,
API and all. Yeah.
all those things are there, right? So Cloud ALM is a small part of the BTP. And we will also kind of show you the integration with the different components. So here, the one which I have picked up is the integration suite.
So it's a license thing, or it comes along with the S4 license?
Yeah, very good question. So here, this is a cloud ALM is something. Yeah, it is included in the subscription for your enterprise support cloud edition. So let's say when you purchase your RISE product, you already have this cloud ALM subscription, but there are certain features that you might need to buy in addition to that, right? So so those are the topics also which I will discuss through. So that means what we will be doing is we will be using this cloud ALM, right, to monitor both your solutions which has been deployed, let's say in the public cloud, let's say for example the BTP integration suite, or also which has been deployed in your private cloud, which is in your SAP RISE, right? So Cloud ALM can be kind of it supports both kind of this kind of hybrid solutions, right? And also it helps you to kind of monitor or kind of manage this kind of landscapes, right? So we will discuss through that when we go through our training on that. So short, right? It is included in your enterprise cloud, enterprise support cloud edition. So this is standard feature which is included. But apart from that, there are certain subscriptions that we would need to enable in order to have it fully functional. Does that answer your question?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So, just one more, sorry. We have activated the BTP. Now, this if we activated the BTP component in our server, basically we got the provisioning and all the thing done. So the ALM will be activated also, right?
No. So there will be something which is, for example, under the Cloud Foundry, you need to. I will go through the provisioning steps also later on
Okay, no
for
problem.
this when we go into the project and all those things. So there are certain steps that you need to do, and there are also something usage-based charges and all those things. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So what are the we will have a very simple approach to learn this cloud ALM. So we will discuss about two main things. One is when you do any implementation, let's do a RISE implementation, or you want to do a migration to RISE, or you want to do a version upgrade using RISE. For all this, we will can use the module which is implementation module, and under that we will cover all the phases like design, build, test, deploy, right? And all these things we will cover. And for the operations, right, we will also do both things. You can do some analysis of the integration, something monitoring, how you can detect some anomalies, right? How you can do some correction, and there are also some automation that you can do, right? Some examples, both the ends, right? Implementation project I have given, let's say a migration to private cloud, or maybe a version upgrade can be classic examples of the implementation. And you will have different test phases, how you can manage the tests using the cloud ALM, that we will see also. At the I think one of the main features which you also were interested about, the deployment management. So how you manage the deployment using this cloud ALM, we will also see that, right? In the build, right? So there are something which is low code, no code builds are also there, and also some pro coding are also there. So we will focus on those which is the model, which is without any coding, right? So those build apps we will see, and how you can design, how it can help you in the process design and task design. Those things also we will see in the implementation, right? And then under your operations, we will be discussing how you can use this Cloud ALM to kind of monitor. Yes. Yeah. How you can use this Cloud ALM for monitoring the different operations aspects, like maybe when you're sending file to outside the SAP system, or maybe the job, how you can use that to correct also. Let's say it is running with the incorrect variant, how you can detect and correct. So those things also we will discuss. And also there can be some kind of workflow automation. For example, if some certificates are kind of expiring, how you can automatically renew those certificates, and around those we will also see. So these are the different features that we will explore from Cloud ALM, right? So as I mentioned here, our first building block will be for the implementation. So you will see how for implementation projects. I think since most of you are working with Solman, right? So you will find a lot of is between this Cloud ALM and the Solman, and at the same time, right, you will be also looking forward how you can migrate from Solman into Cloud ALM, which is more scalable, right? So that also we will see. All right. And yeah, so we will cover all these four phases: design, build, test, and deploy. Right. Same way, right, for your operations, right, we will be covering like quite a few areas, right, which will not only be limited to this one, but it will yeah, it will cover few of the, like for example, integration and exception monitoring we will do. Then how to use the job and automation monitoring we will be doing, the we will be see. Also health monitoring, then also how you can do alert management or event processing. Also these are some of the aspects that we will look after when we discuss about this Cloud ALM for operations. So what are the two broad areas? Cloud ALM for implementation and Cloud ALM for operations, and which are the modules that we will cover through we have in this particular slide deck. Okay. So then, as you know, right, what is the main goal, right, for any business, right? I think you would need to accelerate your implementation cycle. So you want to shorten that, right? And also use, if you have a correct alert management configure, like for example, a certificate is not renewed on time, then it will cause problem, right? So those disruptions you want to reduce, and at the same time, if you have whatever is reported gets analyzed, right? So that means if you have a better analytics, and also it will help you in faster decision making, and at the same time it will reduce. So these are kind of fundamental three things which you will definitely gain from implementing this Cloud ALM. And at the same time, it is quite a user friendly tool, and it can be set up quite easily. So you should be able to navigate that through this training, right? Yeah, so this is just like of that we are told, right? So for example, you have this Cloud ALM, and we will follow this for you can follow this for the implementation as well as the operation. So for example, when you go live, say after going live with the project, there can be some change enhancements, right, which comes as a part of your regular operations. And the maybe your application is managed by AMS, managed services. So how you deliver the products when we use the Cloud ALM, so you can also see that. So we will focus on two aspects, which is implementation and operations. Okay, only these two modules.
Just one question. Would we be seeing the integration with these third-party tools like ServiceNow, Tricentis, and Signavio sort of things too? Because
No, I think that will be too huge to cover, because then we need to also kind of install that tool. And but I will guide you through how those can be integrated. We will not go deep into the tool, but at least guide you through how this can be integrated. I will try to cover Tricentis a little bit, because the TTA tool is integrated in Cloud ALM.
sure, sure. Okay.
So, what is the
So,
duration you're looking for this whole course content?
So we are looking at 20 hours. So approximately that means we should be able in about five,
10 to
five,
10 to plus
yeah, 5 weeks around.
5 weeks. Okay.
Mhm. So generally do the classes every weekend, right? For example, if you have 4 hours every week, so that means 5 weeks we should be able to
Hmm.
confirm. But in case, because I do also do not want to stretch the class too much, so that because that becomes a bit overwhelming. So that's the reason I want
So
to
how
do
do
it
we
also.
practice on this actually?
Yeah, that is a good question. So we are working out that with Naveen. So let's see how we can get some
No, I
practice.
mean for the rest of the
Uh,
people that because
Jit,
I
everyone
have
can create that
yeah.
free
Mhm.
trial, right?
Yeah, there is a free trial which is there. So the link which I have shared so to you. So on that we can create the free for
Yes,
them.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, like we'll guide you how to create a free trial also. You can create by yourself. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
One thing more, Jeet, since when we start with the project, we do as is a study to then we move on to be. So LM is going to help in those scenarios also to start with as is and to be, then moving further in the project.
Yes, exactly. So as you have pointed out, right? So one of the things is like process design document and functional specifications, and you have as is to be, right? So which comes as a mm, so let's say when you have I'm just giving one quick example, right? So you have one standard process, right? And you want to analyze where are those gaps in the standard process, right? So which is a fit to standard analysis you will do, and then you will generate the to be document, correct?
Okay.
So those things will come up, and then how you configure, how you project, and then you conduct an integration test around those and the deployment of it, right? So these are all the things that we will cover when we do the cloud ALM.
So when we are doing study of some legacy system, it is not ECC or something. It's a non SAP system. Then also we can will be in a position to study that as is.
Yes, there are. So the Signavio tool, which is there, right, that supports integration even with non-SAP system. Okay.
And in those perspectives, LM is going to help me.
Yeah, cloud ALM will definitely, because that when we go to the kind of scope management and part, right, you how the cloud ALM can not only help you analyze the standard SAP process, but there are kind of open format files which are also supported for documentation.
So what? How this Signavio is helping this integration part? Just for the knowledge sake.
Yeah, Signavio is something which what SAP all know that SAP has some best practices, right? By industry,
Mhm.
right? Signavio designs those are kind of tells you. Let's say I will just talk about a very small cycle. Let's say you have a procurement cycle,
Mhm.
okay, but purchase order, then GR invoice, and then all those things, right? So Signavio will tell if you had standard SAP, right, how the process will be configured. Okay, the tool can also not only it is not just about a definition, but it can also detect where are the variations.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
say so then it will tell you, okay, these are the variations that you have in your process, how you can transform your process. So it Signavio basically helps you in the process transformation cycle, as well as and then it will, this process is 80% standard, this is 50% standard, the other one is 90% standard, and then how you can optimize that to align with
So
the.
Jeet, now one of my project is in uh, prepare phase just closed by, and we have started with the starter system activation, and then we'll
Okay.
move to CBC and all. So you think this is the right point to learn the LM?
Yeah, definitely. You should actually apply the process transformation Signavio,
Hmm.
because then you will get more benefits out of that. Because once you do the study in the Signavio, you will be able to see how far have you kind of reached toward. Because everybody is I think the one of the main target for all kind of SAP implementation that we have realized is there are custom objects which are there, but people are always try to tend to move to the clean code there, where their movement to or migration to newer versions, or maybe migration to new features of SAP will be much seamless. So that's the reason this Signavio will help you a lot, especially on
No,
this process.
Signavio, okay, fine. What about ALM? Because we will be doing ALM course, right here.
Yeah, ALM course is there. ALM will not have all those elements in of Signavio inside
Right,
embedded, right?
right.
So Signavio is a separate package that is need to be purchased, right? But ALM
Mhm.
will help to document just as you had Solman, right? So similar to that, ALM will help to
Exactly,
document
exactly.
those things,
Right. Got it.
and then you can integrate with the cloud tools like Signavio.
Mhm.
Okay.
So that's what it was. I mean, CBC configuration will start. I think this is the right time to learn the ALM
Yeah, you need to. I think this is a perfect time where you can learn this and you can use
and
it. So
implement that.
then,
Yeah.
yeah, right,
Mhm.
right. Okay. Okay, so but yeah, so I think these are the some of the I think there is a duplicate. Yeah. So now, what we are trying to do is as we have mentioned for the implementation, we will cover all these different cycles which you can see, right? And we will do the scope management, fit to this, test management, deployment management, all these things.
Mhm.
And then in your cloud ALM operations, we will also do integrations, monitoring, business process monitoring. That just as you were telling, right, whether this business process is actually being followed or not. If that comes in and try to check, you have defined this business process, how what is the percentage of followance of this, right? Following of this, so you can monitor that very closely. Or job and automation monitoring, you need not kind of use those closing cockpit or schedule manager. So this will integrate using the cloud ALM. Then the performance monitoring, for example, what is the CPU usage, what is the kind of RAM usage or memory usage, all those things which we can monitor, and also overall health monitoring of the system. Also, you can see like a storage usage, users usage, and all those things, right? And then there can be intelligent event processing as well. For example, workflow based event automation that we have discussed, and also business management. For example, let's say your contract is expiring with the vendor for annual maintenance services by this time. You can use this business service management to renew the contract and also store that in the system. So those are various aspects that are covered in this cloud ALM for the operations, which we will go through, right? And again, it is a pictorial representation of what cover all these modules we will cover during our study, right? And yeah, it's a bit. Okay, let me uh, put this. This is um, just a minute. It's not yet. Oh, this one has moved a bit. Um,
Is there
okay, let
any
me.
course materials that you will be designing, or you have already made something?
Yeah, I'm kind of designing around those because I need to cater to a very specific needs right over here where we focus on the implementation and the operation. Still, I
Right.
will give you materials as well, and the experts have already has a portal where I can upload those course materials and it will be available for your use. Okay.
Okay.
So with this, right, I think we come to an end of this because and also we will how SAP uses also this cloud ALM and how we use this cloud ALM for our customer solutions, right? So, for example, when you subscribe to any RISE, right, SAP will already open up something which is known as me.sap.com. So there
Yeah.
also whatever they display to you, those are also using the cloud ALM.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it is
SAP.me has ALM, you know,
embedded
set.
inside. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So that's why they offer it for free because anyways for all the customers they need to enable this cloud ALM. So that's why this is some of the features which they enable by default. But if you need to purchase, there are certain features which are purchased only on demand.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I think we won't maybe overwhelm you during the demo session. So that's all what we would be covering. Hope you find this training useful, and looking forward to see you all in this.
One more question, just one last from my side.
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in Solution Manager we had like charm and change document. So in Cloud ALM we would be having these features, and so we'll be seeing the hands-on stuff on these topics as well, or how it would be, or would it just
I will be covering as a hands-on, right? But as Navin mentioned, so he will guide you through the portal where you can get the access. So there are also different service providers who provide BTP and Cloud ALM servers for the access.
just
So
wanted to know if it would be just not theoretical? Okay, okay, that's it. Yeah, thanks.
yeah, okay.
And Jeet, in Solution Manager, we have something called Focus Build and for some other integrations, right? Do we cover any of these?
No, build apps is a separate one. So we are focusing only on the Cloud ALM part, application
Okay.
lifecycle management. We are not going through the zone or the advanced edition and those things. Those are still there. If you see in SAP the RISE environment, so
Mhm.
there are all kind of separate build zone which are available.
So
Let's say the
this is
user.
the
Yeah,
the cloud still support them, but it's not part of the training.
yeah, right.
And do you have a sheet where you can show me, which week you're gonna show which topics as well, so that it's gonna be really good
That's what I
for
am.
us?
That's what I'm planning to prepare actually. So
Mhm.
that maybe once we get started with this, you will have those things with you.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else you need from my end?
No, that's okay. Thanks for your time. Thanks everyone.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks, Naveen.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thanks,
Yeah.
everyone.
Thank
Any
you,
other
everyone.
queries from any other like anyone?
It's regarding the fees and everything because I think I just got an invite.
We'll discuss
Nobody
that.
mentioned me anything, right? But if you let me know as
I'll
well.
share you. I'll share you the template. Okay. I'll share you the
Okay,
template.
thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Yeah. Fine. Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay,
Thanks,
let's see.
Naveen.
Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Jit.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.